if you ask me, man, I'm my family's biggest fans. I mean, I love my family so much. We talking about head shrinker day, Wild Samoans, Alpha and Secret,
Ugh.
but to grow up with them and man, it's just it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing, man. And if you want to ask me, and they probably don't like when I say this, but I'm a huge fan of Roman. Man, I'm a huge fan of Jimmy and Jay. I mean, if anything, man, I've seen these guys, and not only that, I know how they are. So, and then, man, then when you had Solo coming in, like, man, bro, I am very grateful to be a part of this.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back into iHeartRadio's official wrestling podcast, the Battleground Podcast. It is Battle from 100.1 WKQQ, Lexington's rock station. And, of course, WWE is bringing the chaos back to Rupp Arena for Friday Night SmackDown, June 13th. Yes, tickets still up for grabs, Ticketmaster.com. On today's show, this has been an interview that we have been trying to get a year in the making. Ever since before the guy signed to WWE, we were setting some things up, and he said, I'll holler back at you. I'm on the road. And obviously, we didn't hear back because he signed to WWE. The show today is all gas, no breaks. Joining us today, your United States champion, the Samoan werewolf, Jacob Fatu. Jacob, what's going on, man? How are you?
Man, I can't call it, man. Well, man, look how crazy the world works. You know what I mean? So you said I didn't get back, but I eventually, man, we back on today right now.
Right. You said I'm on the road and you'll holler at us, and then you have not got off the road. So yeah, we respect it. Yeah.
I got to tell you, before we start asking you some questions for this interview, I got to tell you, you have gotten my 8-year-old in trouble. He got a flag during his flag football game, a penalty flag, because he scored a touchdown, and he yelled out, I'm all gas, no brakes. And I was like, where have you heard that from? And then that, I'm like, oh, look, flags flying everywhere. So obviously, you are influencing the kid. So thank you for getting my kid a penalty flag the other day during his flag football game. So let's talk about it real quick. I want to go back to Backlash for a second. A familiar person showed up that you have a lot of history. Jeff Cobb, also now known as JC Mateo, debuted by, helping out in you retaining that U.S. title. Despite the victory, you appeared visibly frustrated. Can you elaborate on your reaction with his involvement and how it aligns with your vision for the Bloodline?
You know what? The Bloodline has always been the Bloodline. We talking about coming from the OG, from Top Dog Roman, Uso, Solo. But, man, just like what I said at the press conference, I really can't really even speak on it, because at the end of the day, okay, yeah, we could say this and that. But you know what? It ain't no jealousy. It ain't nothing else behind that. At the end of the day, he deserved to be WWE. He deserves to be there, especially all the stuff that he's been through. But, man, at the end of the day, I really can't call it. Solo's in and out. I'm in and out. And, man, we just all got to bounce back on the same page, man. That's about it.
Yeah. So speaking of, your new hardware, I mean, has it sunk in? I mean, the United States title is just such a established title. I mean, even going back to the, WCW and WA days and all that. I mean, what is that? I mean, has the gravity of it set in that like you are the United States champion yet?
Man, it hit me when I went back to the hotel room later that night. It's just me and my son. My son was there with me, and man, I ain't even been there for a year, and just like what I said once again, going back to the Backlash press conference, I've just been doing me. Just that's it. I'm just doing Jacob what Jacob's been doing for the past 12 years since I've been grinding at Knox Pro, So, it is a lot. All of a sudden, everybody's your cousin now, since you get on TV now, I mean, especially knowing the Samoans, man, everybody related to somebody.
Yep.
But, man, to really double back, man, it really has. And, shout out to LA, man. LA's been, top dog. And, man, it was very special. WrestleMania 9 was in Las Vegas. One of the Mighty Yokozuna had main evented over there. So, for us to be back in Vegas, especially for all of us to be back on that same card, me, Sister Naomi, Jey Uso, Roman main event. So man, it's just it's still unbelievable, because I wasn't expecting to be here, but man, God just works in mysterious ways, and
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm very happy. I'm very proud, but I'm also very proud of, it took a lot of people to get me here.
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna say, oh, Jacob, I did it by myself. No, I didn't. I mean, man, when they say it takes a village, man, to raise somebody, man, let me tell you, bro, I've been getting help my whole life, and there's a lot of people from behind the scene, that really sacrificed a lot, just for me to be here. So to answer that question, I'm sorry about that 2-minute answer, but yeah, brother, this shit definitely sinking in, man, and I'm very excited and happy, man.
Hey, this is your show. We're just guests on it right now. This is the Jacob Fatu show. This ain't the Battleground podcast. This ain't the Battle show. This is the Jacob Fatu show because this is all about you, my man. And
let's get
I gotta tell you, it's really good to give you your flowers right now. And you're never a person to shy away from your past. And you've mentioned that watching the Usos on TV during a challenging time in your life inspired your wrestling journey.
Yeah.
How does it feel now to be a prominent figure in the same arena as your cousins and the rest of the family?
Well, man, on another note, if you ask me, man, I'm my family's biggest fans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I love my family so much. We talking about Head Shrinker Day, Wild Smalls, Alpha and Secret, but to grow up with them, and man, it's just, it's mind blowing. It's mind blowing, man. And if you want to ask me, and they probably don't like when I say this, but I'm a huge fan of Roman. Man, I'm a huge fan of Jimmy and Jay. I mean, if anything, man, I've seen these guys, and not only that, I know how they are. So, and then, man, then when you had Solo coming in, like, man, bro, I am very grateful to be a part of this. Man, shout out to Hunter, shout out to the whole WWE, man, TR, legal, everybody. Like, once again, a lot of people done did their thing, just for me to get here. That's why when y'all see me, I'm very happy to be back there, because last year I didn't know where I was gonna go. Got out of my contract, but at the end of the day, man, it all worked out. But if you want to ask me, I'm a huge fan of my family, and I'm just very happy to be a part of them. Especially coming in, diving in, in the deep waters, like getting thrown in the deep end, but going with those guys. I mean, man, my debut was against, 3 top legends, icons: Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, KO, Kevin. I mean, come on, man. It doesn't get no better than that. So I still can't believe it sometimes, because like I said, I'm a fan at the end of the day. But man, I'm very happy for my wife and my children. I'm very happy for them,
Well, and there's that pretty cool video of you. I think it was at Mania 39 in LA, and you're in the crowd, and I think you're like
you and Zilla just going at it, just getting excited for everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the Royal Rumble. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, Rumble. That's what it was. Yeah.
Okay.
And that's just,
okay.
That's just heartwarming to see. You weren't even in the Fed yet, and you're just rooting for the family.
Man, because man, those guys, man, those guys have done a lot. They have done way more than enough, So, yeah, and when you see me in the crowd like that, man, I'm just happy. I'm happy to be that little cousin. And man, let's keep it 100, man. Man, the Usos, man, they one of the best tag teams in the world to do it, And man, it's all a learning situation for them. So very happy, very excited, and man, if you ask me again, I wouldn't mind sitting in the crowd again cheering them on.
Right. Oh, okay. So, what is your take on this? This new group that we're seeing formulate. Heyman, Breaker, now another someone you're familiar with, Bronson Reed, and then Seth Rollins. I mean, these are obviously major players, and they seem to have like a major agenda going on.
Man, it's like kind of feel like like they the Lakers, man, when they had Gary Payton, Karl Malone. I mean, let's keep it 100, bro. When you see those guys, man, we talking about Seth, we talking about Breaker, and then Reed, Big Band Reed, man, that group seem untouchable. I know they over there Raw, we on SmackDown, they running their thing, but man, I can't call it. I know they some dangerous cats, and at the end of the day, man, I know what they got going on, but man, if you ask me, I think it's pretty cool. I think I really do. And not only that, it's like a whole nother layer now. You know, it's a whole nother layer, a whole nother thing what's going on. But to see Heyman over there, double back over there with Seth, and you know, with Breaker, and then what Reed's been out since November, I believe, War Games.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's a whole nother layer for him. So I don't know, man. We're gonna have to wait and see. You see, I'm on SmackDown, so I really can't call none over there at Raw. You know what I mean?
That's true.
Right, and of course, you talk about SmackDown. It's coming back to Rupp Arena on June 13th. Tickets still available. Ticketmaster.com. Go grab those tickets right now. One cool thing that we all got to see was the family atmosphere during Stephanie's Places when all you guys got together and you were hanging out. Let me ask you this, and let's settle it right now. Who is the wildest member of the family off camera? Because we've heard some crazy stories, but who do you think is the craziest off the camera? That people would be like, I didn't expect.
Man, you know what? I mean, we all kind of little, you know, in our own little different ways, though. You know what I mean? You know, but if you really do, when y'all go back on that, you know, and once again, man, shout out to Miss Steph, you know, for even having us on there. Like, man, I would have never thought I'd be on ESPN Plus, you know, on a yacht like that, you know. But once again, this goes back to us being family orientated, you know. And shout out to Tama Tonga, you know, Tonga Loa, you know, they Tongan, we Samoan, but man, we all still one family at the end of the day. You know, we Polynesian, but to really see that though, man, I don't know, man, it's kind of hard. Excuse me. So what I'm trying to say is we actually got to just really be ourselves and relax though that day. You know, when we sat down, it was like, hey man, just cut the camera on. You know, let's get it going, cut the camera on. Ain't no gimmicks, ain't nothing. But if you want to say crazy, man, I'm probably gonna have to say Uncle Sika, man. Uncle Sika back in the day, yeah. We talk about Wild Samoa. I mean, yeah, they look big and they was scary, but you know, you gotta remember those are OG Samoan cats. You know, they spoke. Uncle Sika, he knew how to speak, but man, I would say not the craziest, but somewhat of the craziest, but overall, man, just very humble though with my uncle.
Yeah.
But man, with us though, yeah, it's just a little different, man. You know, we all got our own little ways though sometimes.
Yeah, we asked Jay who's the person in the family that eats the most, and he's like, oh, Solo. And he's like all day long, you know. So like, it's always funny to hear, like, you know, that's behind the scenes stuff. So
that's my bro right there. Shout out to Jay Uso, man.
Yeah, man. Well, we got a fun one to kind of wrap up with this, if you want to. So, let's see. So with this being tied to a music station, everything, with you being obviously a scary, you know, werewolf, what would be the most random song or artist on your playlist? Like if someone was spotting you and your headphones fell out and then they heard that, like, what is the most random thing that may make you lose some street cred?
Man, my son, man, you know, my youngest over here, man, he likes that song Sing, from the movie Sing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
it's the Gorilla Johnny.
Yep.
So yeah, man, I got that because you know I play it kind of, you know, calms him down, and you know, love hearing him sing and stuff. So yeah, man, probably the movie Sing, man. That's probably awkward. I probably should have never said that, but
no,
yeah.
man. If it's tied to kids, it's all good.
Everybody's gonna have a Sing sign for you at the SmackDown show at Rupp Arena. They're gonna be like, Sing. Nobody's gonna understand except us.
Yeah. And you know what? You know what? Just to tap in on another note, it's actually my first time out there, so I'm very excited, man. I'm very happy to come out there. You know, it be cities like that where, man, it's just the vibe, the fans over there, man, it's just off the hook. I mean, nothing against the big cities we go to, but man, you know, when you hit the cities like that, man, you can feel the passion and feel the love though from the fans, you know. So other than that, I'm excited to be there, man. If you guys are there, I'll be more than happy to run into you guys over there. And then I want to meet your son, man. You know, since he got that flag, I actually got something for him as well. So tell him all gas, no brakes. You know what I mean?